Traeger shares are lighting up today after the grill maker handily beat revenue estimates, even though it did see a 14.4% drop in year-over-year sales. The company also raising its outlook, now expecting revenue of $585 to $600 million this year. Jeremy Andrus is joining us now. He's the CEO of Treager, and our Yahoo Finance executive editor, Brian Sazi, is here as well. Jeremy, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. You talked a lot on the call, and you have talked a lot about sort of where we are in the grill cycle, right? You are one of the many, many companies that saw a pull forward of demand because of the pandemic, and now there's this long tail of normalization and stabilization. Where are we? It sounds like on the call that you hinted we could be getting to the end of that.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. If you look at the industry in 2022, down mid-high teens. You look at year-to-date 2023, down low mid-single digits, and so it feels like we are finding the bottom. And the good news is that this is an industry that is resilient. Americans have always grilled; they will always grill. In fact, the grill-owning households grew from 75 to 76 million during the pandemic. And so, we're currently in this trough significantly below the size of the industry in 2019 pre-pandemic. It will recover. It will grow. It's just what Americans do.
Jeremy, I was in Home Depot a couple months ago looking for a grill, and I'm walking down the aisles and I see a griddle with the Traeger name on it. Why did you get in this category? And I thought Traeger was supposed to be known for wood smoking.
Brian, Traeger is known for bringing people together around these incredible food experiences. Our mission really is to help our consumer create bonds and memories in their homes and in their backyards. We built a griddle solution because we thought it was a perfect accessory to a wood pellet grill. We thought it was a perfect complement. A wood pellet grill, low and slow, convection heat, and a griddle, hot and fast. And you just cook differently. Sometimes you cook together. Sometimes you cook different foods, smash burgers, stir fries, breakfast foods, Philly cheesesteaks. And so we went out and we talked to our consumers, and we really built this phenomenal innovation that is called the Flat Rock. We love it. It's so much fun to cook on.
And as always, the video that we showed during your segment is making me very hungry, Jeremy.
Get the hell out of the studio.
And it sounded like the Flat Rock is selling quite well also, right?
It is. It is. We came at it from a fairly disciplined point of view. This is the first non-wood pellet grill cooking product that we've launched. And, frankly, we launched it when we were in a high inventory position. We said, we're going to be very disciplined. We're going to see how the market reacts to this. The good news is we can't build these fast enough, and I'd sure rather fix that problem than a demand problem.
Jeremy, I have a newsletter going out tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. looking at what companies that have been working through transitions and restructurings, where they are right now a year later. Now, your company has been going through a transition the past year. You're cleaning up inventories, starting to get margins back under control. What inning is your company in trying to turn itself around?
It's a good question. Look, I want to start by saying how proud I am of Team Treager. I have never seen such alignment on a team. I've never seen such willingness to do the heavy lifting and work through what's been a tough environment. Good news is, we grew EBITDA year over year. We brought our inventory levels down. Channel inventories are super healthy. Balance sheet inventories we brought down 26% sequentially from the last quarter. And so I would say we have turned a quarter. We truly have turned a corner. And what I think is important to note is that we are in 3.5% of the 76 million households who grill. You look at our heritage markets like Utah, we're nearing 20%. We are a disruptor. We are a share taker. We had to get healthy first. From a balance sheet perspective, we are healthy. We will begin to lean into this now. And we know that once a consumer comes into the Traeger hood, that consumer is passionate and evangelical. So spent 18 months of playing a little bit of defense, but we never took our eye off the ball, which is to play offense longer term. And we've been making investments behind the scenes that will help us win.
I just love it so much that you call it the Treager hood. It gets me every time. It is not a cheap club, though, Jeremy, is it? I mean, it's gotten less expensive. You've talked about how you've brought the pricing down a little bit from the pricing power that you had during the pandemic. And so, yes, you've got a small penetration and a potentially larger penetration into the U.S. grill market. But, how much are people willing to pay for a premium grill experience?
You know what? We've seen some interesting consumer disruptions in other categories over the last 10 years. And I think those are important to note. Oftentimes what's happening in a category that's important to consumers is that the consumers are being underserved. There is not innovation. There's not a reason to pay more because the experience isn't improving. This is, in a prior life, I built a headphone company. And headphones consumers were spending, dollars, not hundreds of dollars. We created a reason for a consumer to invest more, to have a better experience. Grilling is an incredibly attractive category. And we think the same thing has happened. We think consumers have been underserved. It's been a race to the bottom because it's been all about cost and price. And we are bringing innovation that a consumer is willing to pay for. And when you think about, what do we do every single day? We cook and we eat, and that's something worth investing in. I would highlight brands like Yeti. I mean, this is a whole new category that Yeti created, and it was an innovation that consumers got excited about. We aspire to really inspire our consumers to have these incredible cooking experiences, not only to create great food, but to go from hating to cook to loving the experience of cooking and sharing with families. And we think a consumer is going to reprioritize discretionary income and pay to have the experience.
Jeremy, follow me on this one. With costs coming down for a lot of companies, I imagine coming down a little bit for you guys finally, is there a way to make some form of holy grail barbecue, $400 to $500, that does just absolutely amazing things, blows people away? Because when I go into these stores, and what I found is some of these prices on Weber grills blew me away. I mean, we're talking 4-burner grills, $1,500, and I don't see any innovation in some of these products.
Yeah, look, you get four burners for low price point, but then you have to taste propane when you eat. Look, the innovation is it's not free. With that said, we're building a business that allows us to create scale in innovation, and then we can progressively deliver more value to the consumer because we have scale in the upfront development innovation, scale in manufacturing as we grow. Our goal is not to be expensive to consumers. Our goal is to be accessible. And the more that we grow, the better our team becomes, the more we can deliver this incredible experience and just more value per dollar spent. That is our ambition.
Jeremy, it's great to catch up with you. Jeremy Andrus, Traeger CEO, head of the Traeger hood. Let's call him that as well. Yahoo Finance's executive editor, Brian Sozzi, joining us as well. Happy grilling to you, Jeremy.